right, Tony, we're going to go live after the anthem's over.
Highlight and then our starting lineups if we can fit it in, but with the highlight video.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're going to come into a welcome and then go to a highlight reel of the two games, the two teams. Program. Talk.
Welcome everybody to the Ability 360 Sports and Fitness Center here in lovely Phoenix, Arizona for Ability 360. I'm Tony Jackson, and with me from Performax, once again, Chris Comer. And Chris, this is the match I think most people were kind of expecting going into this tournament, and here we are, the Dallas Mavericks versus the Sacramento Kings. And let's talk about these two teams for just a moment. You kind of touched on them a little bit earlier, but
yeah, two of the top dogs here in this tournament. We have Joe Chambers, who is a Paralympian leading the Sacramento Kings. You see some highlights here from the tournament. Really, really awesome player. Big, can't stop him. He has a knack, and he's got a great group of supporting athletes around him. Courtney Ryan, also Paralympian. Look for them to be really aggressive and intense coming out here. Mike Applegate as well, veteran player, been at it a long time. Marcus Oden, too, force to be reckoned with, one of the best bigs in the business out here.
Just a lot of veteran talent and some big guys, as you mentioned earlier.
Yep, and then you see Dallas Mavericks here, kind of led by Jason Nelms, also Paralympian coach, women's coach at UTA. Aaron Gooch there as well, Paralympic gold medalist from that Rio club. You see Jason's going to be a tough threat out here shooting from the perimeter. Also, Bobby Nickelberry there paired with Joe Chambers is going to make for a big man clash underneath today.
It's going to be an exciting contest to watch. Quick rundown of the starting lineups for the Mavericks. Number 1, Jason Nelms. Also on the floor, number 3, Brandon Downs. Number 5, Jermaine Penny. Also number 23, Bobby Nickelberry, who you just mentioned a moment ago. And number 42, Roger Gouge.
Yep, you see Chambers right down inside. First play of the game. Just got Bobby right there on him.
Nice block there, Nickelberry.
Yep.
And he collects the ball, and now heading back the other way are the Mavs.
They got Chambers out. First play of the game here. You see Bobby coming. He's going to have to try to match up away from Marcus. They're going to create a mismatch here underneath. You see they're trying to separate Marcus from Bobby. They're going to exploit this mismatch. Bobby's going to have a pretty uncontested shot. Does it go a little long?
And now back the other way come the Kings.
And see, here's the dangerous part is you got Chambers down here. They kept him down, but he's still on the block, ready to score. It looks like they're going to dump it into him.
That's going to be a foul. Looks like we're going to get a foul on. It's going to be on Brandon Downs.
Yeah, Brendan, tough player. Played college basketball here in Arizona. He's been with the Dallas Mavericks for a few years now. Very respected, fundamental player for this club.
And Chambers opens up the scoring.
Sick fadeaway right off the bat here. Like I said, he has one of those unguardable shots, especially with his high release and extension, so look for him to light him up today.
Nelms with the ball. Nelms just trying to work his way around, dumps it down low to Downs. Downs with the shot.
You see Penny with that tough rebound underneath as a Class 1. He's such an asset.
I mean, the amazing thing about it is that the other two guys around him are twice his size, and yet he's the one that came up with the rebound.
He's got strong hands and he's got experience. He's been on Team USA multiple times. You see he had the mindset to call that timeout and save this possession. As you know, it can come down to a few points at the end. So they're already being mindful early in the game to protect that ball, take care of their possessions, and make sure they're maximizing their opportunities here on the offensive and defensive end.
This one is probably going to come down to the wire, so every possession counts, every bucket counts.
This Dallas Mavericks team, multi-time national champions. I think it's about 17 of the last 20 or 21 national championships going home to Dallas, so they have this experience and swagger out here. We'll see if they can keep their composure all game long and execute against this hard Sacramento Kings club. And these Sac Kings, man, they've been training hard this offseason.
There's a potential turnover, but Nelms just racing down the floor to pick that one up. Nelms almost loses his balance, but Gouge has it now. The shot by Gouge, a three, and he goes off the backboard. Didn't touch the rim, so that's a shot clock violation. And we'll get an inbound for the Kings coming up.
See Marcus Oden bringing the ball up. A little light pressure here from Jay just to keep him honest. Preet, another really great role player on this team. Lots of experience.
Chambers launches another shot, and it's going to bounce out, and a rebound for the Mavs.
And here's Bobby in his element, running the ball, untraditional for a big man. Definitely likes to look for those steals from those little guys to kind of seal him in. You see him drop right down to the bucket there.
Nicely done. Great job. Just finding Nickelberry down there, trailing towards the basket.
And he created that with that offense. It was almost a give and go situation. He passed it to the middle. He worked his sealer with the small guy on his side and was able to go right in for an uncontested bucket. Looks like Kings grabbed the ball here in the press, call a timeout, save the possession.
So pretty intense match starting out here. Now, for those of you that are just joining us, there is prize money on the line in this tournament. First place going home with $2,500, Chris.
That's huge.
That's a lot of money for any team.
That's huge. These teams, they fundraise all year, and they have a lot of good strategic partners that help us all get to these tournaments. So the Abilities 360 and their partners putting out a little prize money here definitely helped get some extra teams out here. I know for my club specifically, we came out for sure because of the promise of potentially recouping some of our investment of getting here.
And some of those people to make that possible, United Access, the Ability Center, Foothill Sports Medicine, Performax, who you are associated with, Chris, One Basketball, Floodstream providing the video feed today, Position Sports, the Arizona Spinal Cord Injury Association, Bottom Line Tattoo Company, and APM Medical Supplies. And we can't forget, last but certainly not least, Bank of America, all contributing to this wonderful tournament here, making it possible to bring the best teams from around the country here this weekend.
Might be a few guys that take advantage of those tattoos if they're handing them out there from Top Line.
Well, you'll have to go talk to Lowell from Bottom Line Tattoo.
Bottom Line, sorry.
He might be willing to hook you up before you all head out of town. Nelms with the ball for the Mavs.
You see Penny, awesome seal right there.
Nicely
that bucket
done.
was created by Penny, Jermel over there. You saw him create that seal and that angle for Jay just to come in for a smooth, open layup. That's that experience we talk about.
Ryan over to Ueki and Chambers. Prelo looking for Chambers, and Chambers just using that size advantage.
Yep, they created that mismatch over there. Experienced team again, got him separated with Jermel Penny so he could just put it up easily right over top of him. You see Dallas taking their time here offensively, looking some switches. Looks like Jay's going to see.
Puts up a three off the back of the rim.
They got Bobby picked out here, so look for Chambers and DeMarcus to have their way on the offensive end here.
Oden puts up a shot. That one couldn't fall through. Ueki also misses. Rebound Mavs. Penny over to Nelms. Nelms all the way down to Nickelberry. And that's a foul and one.
And that's that big man bang that I'm talking about underneath. You know, Bobby just had an inch of space down there. Jay delivered a beautiful pass to his offhand, allowing him to pivot and make that bucket. Chambers wasn't able to keep the right position and fouled him in the process.
So now the Mavs going to go to the line. Nickelberry going to try to make this free throw. He just misses. And Oden almost goes tumbling to the floor. Oh, nice pass from Chambers over to Prelo. Just saw him streaking down towards the basket.
And that's what you get with Pre. He can turn on that afterburner, get that position, and with a guy like Joe Chambers, who's multi-talented in not only scoring, passing, and defense, he just finds the open man.
Nelms.
You see Jay struggling to find his shot a little bit. I know that he's feeling a little bit injury right now. We'll see how he can make his impact on this game moving forward. It looks like he's trying to look for a shot here in the early stages of this game, but never count out Jay Nelms.
Prelo misses that shot. And back over here on this end of the floor, they had Nickelberry blocked off back there. And that's a turnover in favor of the Kings.
Just a forced pass down there to Bobby. Obviously, they're always looking for their big. Bobby's down there on the block, so they want to try to get it in there. Look for some really athletic plays and passes coming in from the bigs on this game from both sides.
Ryan, as you mentioned earlier, such an experienced Paralympian. Oden over to Chambers. Chambers puts up another shot. That one won't fall. Nelms.
And this is when they're in their comfort zone. Bobby running the ball, having those guys sealing around for him, creating angles. You see he created a mismatch here with Courtney Ryan.
Scooge kicks it out to Nelms. Nickelberry.
Still have that mismatch down here.
But he couldn't take advantage of it.
And now the problem is they got two out here, so Sacramento's coming back with numbers. It looks like Courtney's going to leak out here. And they're going to come back 5-on-4.
Nice strip. There's a race for the ball. And it's still inbounds.
It's a big hustle play by Courtney Ryan to keep the ball in play. It is an over and back violation.
But the referees actually are going to give the ball. It looks like they're going to give it to Sacramento. Now the referees are saying that the Dallas player touched the ball before it went out. So great job by Courtney Ryan to not only keep that ball in bounds, but keep possession.
Yeah, look for her to make those hustle plays, make those plays every single possession to provide an impact to her team.
3 seconds left on the shot clock. Oden with a shot. Just misses, but Chambers with the rebound. Chambers couldn't
Bobby
hit the
got a
fadeaway.
little contact there. Good save by Joe.
Prelo catches that ball. Prelo down low to Oden. Oden can't make the shot either. Gets his own rebound, and he makes that one.
You see Oden tip up on one wheel, grab the rebound, and put it back in. That's a tough play to do in wheelchair basketball, and Marcus is one of the best at it. Getting that little extra height.
Nelms drives in, blocked by Prelo, and Ryan picks up the ball. Nicely done by Nickelberry to just get that away, but Chambers is going to pick it up. Oden.
Good seal.
Nicely done by Ueki there to kind of cut off the defender there. I saw that.
Yep, that's a low seal. That bucket right there is because of that the hustle of the sealer. Just like you're going to see with these guys in Dallas sealing Bobby in, they're going to do the same thing with Marcus and Joe. They're just working with those smaller guys to create those angles.
You saw that again right at the end of that play. Ueki just sealed off that Dallas defense, which allowed Oden to go in and score that layup. So 10-6 the score right now. And this is pretty much going the way we thought it was going to. It's really back and forth. There's a lot of intensity. Two of the best teams in the country right here, right now.
Yeah, I think here in the first half, they're just trying to get a feel for each other. They definitely came out aggressive. I'm going to look for things to pick up. We're going to look for Jay Nelms to get himself in this game a little bit. You see Bobby underneath, but right now Sacramento is doing a good job of creating those mismatches, sealing those bigs in, and getting those easy looks.
3:17 left to go here in this first quarter. Teams are about to come back out on the floor after a timeout. I want to thank all of you for watching this live stream here today. We hope you're enjoying the action. We had a great third place match University of Arizona versus the MedStar Punishers. If you missed that, 61-58 the final score in that one. MedStar coming out on top. And here, currently, Sacramento Kings 10-6. Gouge looking for a better angle. Nelms now gets it around Chambers, and he puts in the bucket.
Nice pump fake by Jay. Way to keep his composure. Got his first bucket going here. Shooter like Jay, he needs to see that ball go through the hoop once, and he can be deadly after that.
Prelo thought about a three for a moment. Chambers over to Ryan.
Great ball movement from Sacramento on the offensive side.
Very good rotation, very good ball movement here. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Prelo puts up a shot off the back of the rim. Odin with the rebound. Chambers with the ball down low. And that is not going to count. I think the referee called a three. Was it three or a double dribble?
I think they called 3 seconds. No double dribble in wheelchair basketball, only travel, but they did call 3 seconds. Chambers did need to get out of the key there in order to reset. So the refs are on top of that today. You can see Chambers is a little upset about the call right now. And now with no help, he's backpicked.
Nelms looking for help. And he loses the ball, but he's going to be able to get it before it goes out of bounds. Nelms puts up a three. Nelms off the back of the rim, and somebody lost a tire out there.
Yeah, it looks like Marcus just came down and lost a tire. Most of these clubs have pretty good factory support from Performax over here. We have 2 Performax clubs, so it looks like they're probably just going to grab him a spare. Oh, it's Brendan Downs that has the issue.
Oh, okay.
So you see Team Performax athlete here, Danny Fick, rolling out, take care of these concerns, and Brendan has got his new wheel on and he's ready to go. That's how quick it is. It's not uncommon for us to have flats or bust an axle, so a lot of these teams carry backups. We're not even really in a position where we're having to call too many equipment timeouts, which every team gets 45 seconds to make a repair. As you see, Dallas just had a backup ready there on the bench to pop in.
Chambers puts one through. And everything's really been going through Chambers so far. And I mean, that's pretty much what you said was going to happen in this game.
Yep, he's got 6 of their first 12 here, and he's really kind of establishing himself in the game. You see the little guys are giving him heck down there on the other end of the court, trying to hold him back.
Penny's got him locked in down there.
But
so.
Courtney Ryan also has locked out Bobby, so this is a strategy play by these teams to keep these bigs out.
Nickelberry looking for a little help down here. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Nelms puts one up, and he sinks it right before the buzzer goes off.
And that's what you get with Jay Nelms, multi-time MVP, national champion. High release, splashing that ball in right at the end of the shot clock.
Fantastic shot. And back over here off camera, you can't really see him, but Chambers had gotten caught up with Penny over there. He actually had to get out of his chair for a moment.
If the chairs can get locked up sometimes. It's very high contact, so sometimes it requires us just to hop out of there and get those things separated. And we'll see if Sacramento uses the clock here.
Prelo working his way around, just holding on to the ball, being very patient. Now he puts one up, and he misses the shot. Rebound by Dallas.
You see Pre has unique positioning there. You see one of his legs tucked in behind the chair there, allows him to transition and turn a lot quicker. He has one leg forward to help get that kinetic energy and that push on his jump shot, and the other one back to bring that weight so he can really transition and spin quickly.
Gouge trying to work around Chambers, but that is a tall task. And you see Gouge forced to pass the ball out. That one off the rim and out, and now the Kings on a break.
Athletic play, it's 2-on-1 right now. You see Jay tried to get in front of that to get the foul before the bucket.
Good transition bucket there by the Kings.
You see Dallas very composed. The 4 points down doesn't seem to be affecting them. They're just taking their time.
Nickelberry can't find a bucket from 5 feet out, and so now Chambers comes back the other way. Chambers gonna jack one up, and he almost made it. But that's the end of the first period, 14-10 to score here. Pretty good action here so far in the first 10 minutes, Chris.
Great action, yeah, 4-point game. You see the bigs came out shooting inside and battling with Marcus Oden and Chambers. Jay Nelms doing some good stuff from outside, and obviously Bobby Nickelberry getting a few buckets in there.
But Sacramento, not Sacramento, but Dallas, really having trouble getting some of the easier baskets, if you will, right underneath the rim.
Yeah, those buckets will fall. You know, they're getting good looks. You see Brendan got a good baseline cut there and a reverse. You know, sometimes those shots are a little difficult, but with these guys and their talent level, a lot of those shots are you're gonna look for them to fall. You see Jay, you know, knocking down a highly contested jumper. You see Chambers locked down, dropping in jumpers. So we got some high level here stuff, and looks like we got some footage here of Danny Fick repairing the wheel for Brendan Downs, getting him back up and rolling.
So we're about to come back out onto the floor here for the second period.
You see Coach Miaiko here with the Sacramento Kings. Joe Chambers' wife, she definitely puts a lot into this sport, and is a coach that's really establishing herself out here as a real leader in this community. And Dallas Mavericks also coached over here by James Patton, a veteran player out of UTA. And both teams here got a good strategy for each other coming in.
So now we restart play here. Nelms with the ball for the Mavericks. Goosh finds Nelms wide open. He's going to take the shot. And it rims out. Rebound, Nickelberry.
And you see that touch pass from Penny straight to Nickelberry. Penny knows that he has to get rid of that ball quick. You saw him call a timeout earlier in the game because they will collapse down on him. So you see him just tip that ball right into Bobby's hand for an easy bucket.
Ryan working around, being harassed by Penny.
Courtney Ryan holding her own out here with these men. I want to give a shout out too to Megan Blanc from the Wolfpack as well. The two women representing our sport well and representing Team USA well, coming out here and putting on a show as Chambers hits another uncontested bucket.
Now I'm setting up the offense once again. Goosh trying to work his way towards the basket. Over Chambers, couldn't get it to fall. Nickelberry now. Nickelberry over to Goosh.
Great ball movement.
Easy bucket. Nice pass there by Nickelberry.
Another hustle play by Penny. You see him grab another offensive rebound. He's the difference maker. He brings so much to the table for a 1.5 player out here. He's a real difference maker out here in the floor.
Prelo over to Oden. Oden thought about putting up a shot, but he goes over to Chambers, and the ball's taken away.
He hesitated and tried to get it over to Chambers, who they thought had a mismatch, but you got to be careful with Brendan Downs. The kid has some freakishly long arms and big hands. He can grab that ball and get in there and poke stuff.
It worked to his advantage there. Nickelberry over to Gouge, and we're tied at 16, Chris.
Yeah, you see Dallas coming out. Aaron Gouge has hit a few buckets here, Paralympian, trying to get his team. You see Brendan Downs poking the ball away a little bit again.
Ryan gonna put up a shot. Ryan, that ball in and out.
And that's an unusual miss for her. That's a great shot. It's a great look for her. I'm gonna encourage her to keep looking and taking those hits.
Ryan goes tumbling to the floor. Play continues. Gouge with the ball. Over to Nelms. Nelms with a bucket, and we're going to now get a stoppage in play as Ryan went tumbling to the floor.
She's a little upset with Gouge right now. He did a little bit of a clear out there, but he did have position, so I understand her frustration, but he did play that well, took that position, and I think they were able to get a bucket on the other end. You don't want to get her mad, though. She's definitely one of those players that can be a difference maker in this game.
Ryan dumps it off to Oden. Oden tried to go a reverse layup. Oden blocked off by Nickelberry, and now Gouge has it for the Mavericks.
You see Oden stuck in Bobby's chair here. The refs stop the play just to get those guys separated. Looks like Dallas is going to go ahead and keep the back pick. They want to hold Oden out so they can create that 4-on-5 on the other end and create that numerical superiority that we talk about.
Now I'm setting back the other way. Odin still trapped down there. Penny just holding on to Odin down there. Nelms over to Nickelberry, and he wasn't ready for that pass, but he recovered. Courtney Ryan takes the ball away, though. Ryan now. Kings come back the other way. Ueki with the ball. Into Odin, but it's taken away by Penny.
And Odin was there. He had established position. They probably should have forced that ball into him a little sooner. He did have a mismatch down there. A little bit sloppy by both clubs right now here in the second quarter.
Nelms, Nickelberry. Nickelberry with the shot. Downs over to Gouge. Gouge can't hit that one. Nickelberry trying to get over Chambers, and that one falls and a foul.
Joe Chambers is not going to like that one. You see him holding his hand up. He did have good position. Sometimes that happens down here in the lane. But a couple big offensive rebounds by Dallas. You see Brendan Downs grabbing one to keep the play alive. Googe getting some other open looks. Joe Chambers is not happy with that foul. Looks like that is his second foul. So you just have to be a little mindful here for this remaining 6 minutes. Make sure you stay clean. You don't want to pick up that third before the second half.
Yeah, it's critical. I mean, obviously you want to play hard out here, but again, as you just said, you really have to be smart in terms of controlling the number of fouls that you pick up, because you don't want to take yourself out of the game when it's going to be important later on.
Of course, and I can tell you from experience, getting upset with the officials is not going to do favors for you later in the game. So just trying to take those calls, move on to the next play. Like we say, basketball is basically a sitcom. It's episode to episode. You got to put that one bad play behind you and focus on the next, and keep moving forward. I think the strategy for Dallas is going to be able to come out here, keep this intensity. They want to try to extend this lead before the first half, because Sacramento is one of those teams that can go on a run and get back in the game very quickly.
So now Bobby Nickelberry coming up to the line for his free throw, trying to make this a three-point play.
Bobby Nickelberry out of Dallas, Texas. Played basketball at UTA. He's been a part of this Dallas Mavericks club since about the early 2000s, dating back to the Paul Schulte and Jeff Glassbrenner days. Bobby was just a high school player out there playing with all that experience, and it really shows through on what he's been able to accomplish with this ball club throughout the years.
And it looks like we're going to get a foul on Penny.
Yep, the refs, I think, are just trying to adjust things. They don't want to get out of control. They don't want guys getting dirty, so they want to make sure they set the tone. That wasn't a very hard foul by Penny, but there was some chair contact there. So it looks to me that the refs are just trying to nip some of this stuff in the butt and keep this game clean.
It's always important for the referees to kind of ensure that the game doesn't get out of control, because it certainly can do that quickly. Ryan with a shot, and she can't get that one to go down, and a rebound by Dallas. Nelms heading back the other way, looking for some options, waiting for his teammates to catch up to him. Nelms into Penny. Penny with the shot, and it's good.
Great delivery by Jay Nelms to see Penny. Had a little bit of chair position, just a couple inches there on Courtney Ryan, so he drops the ball in for that bucket.
Chambers going over to Ryan. Ryan's got space to shoot. Nelms closed that one off. Chambers now with it. Chambers is going to take the shot, and he's got that one.
And Joe, again with that mismatch, he gets down on that block, and it's just tough to defend that. There's not much you can do. It doesn't matter how big or small you are. The main thing you can do is try to keep him extended away from that hoop, because if he gets within scoring position, he will make you pay for it.
And it looks like Prelo is going to get called for the foul.
Yep, that's just his first. You see they are kind of doing a little bit of a press right now. I think it's because they're back picking Joe. Typically, if you're gonna back pick, you might as well go press them to pull the back pick off and allow your big to get back.
So now everybody's cleared out, and
yep, you see Sacramento set back up in a teacup defense here, man to man. Watching shooters. Bobby does have a mismatch here on the offside.
So Nickelberry is going to take the shot here, right over the two defenders, but he can't get it to fall. And Chambers.
It's one of those tough shots. You don't know if you want to go straight in or off the glass.
Chambers for three, Chambers drains it, and that was a big bucket for them. It's now 23-21.
Chambers, a very diverse big, just like Bobby, has an inside-outside game. You have to respect him inside, can finish extremely well, but also can knock down the long ranger.
Downs.
You see it behind the back, straight to Bobby,
Nice.
finished with his left hand. Real athletic play, heads up. Brendan looking good this weekend, working out the kinks in his brand new Performax, only about 3 or 4 weeks old. A lot of these guys take a little bit of time here throughout the season to get acclimated to their new equipment before we go into nationals. They want to be at their best. See
Chambers with another three, but he missed that one.
Just a little short, but just like Jay, he sees that ball go through. You're going to have to respect him the rest of the game. He's got a little extra confidence now, and he's a threat no matter where he is on the floor.
Nelms, nice pass down low. Downs with the shot coming up. Well, he looked like he was going to take a shot for a moment. Now he kicks back out to Nelms. Nelms over to Nickelberry. Nickelberry right there to put another one in for Dallas.
Yeah, they really work on that offside, try to create a mismatch or something, get the defense to collapse, and that gives Bobby those opportunities to kind of seal in or leak in right in the bottom block there and put it in.
Ueki. Nice block there by Nickelberry. With authority, he sent that ball out.
Big block there. You didn't see too much animation afterwards. Maybe he watched the game earlier and didn't want to pick up a technical like we did with Trayvon earlier, but
perhaps, and you just saw in the replay there the last bucket by Nickelberry. And now good defense by Bobby Nickelberry to get that ball back as he heads the other way.
you see Bobby's head on a swivel, still penetrating.
Nickelberry with the ball again.
Pre has a little more size than you anticipate. He can definitely get in close to you.
Nelms.
And you see Chambers didn't quite commit to jump, was challenging Nelms to knock that down. He knows Nelms' shot's been a little bit streaky today, but you want to definitely respect the champ and his shot out here.
So we got a foul on the floor.
Brendan Downs.
You see this replay here. You were just talking about Chambers not committing to defending there, and Nelms took advantage of that and scored 2 for Dallas. So a foul on Downs, pass into Ryan. Ryan puts up a shot in traffic, scores another bucket for Sacramento.
Courtney Ryan with her first bucket of the game, a little surprising, taking a little bit of time to get her offense going. She's had some good looks, but look at her to establish herself here.
Nice pass off to Gouge. Chambers there, putting on pressure, and Prelow comes up with the rebound.
It's tough for Gooch. Gooch is a lower class player. He's a 1.5 player.
Long pass down the floor, but Ueki got caught up. And Jason Nelms going to get called for that foul.
Jay's going to be upset about that call. He did have good position. Sometimes when the player goes down, the officials do feel compelled to blow their whistle. So look for Jay to be a little upset about this call. You know, in the sport here, we do know we are competing against our opponent and sometimes the officials. We have a great A-team of officials out here today with great experience. You see them making calls to keep everyone safe. Jay just picking up his first foul here. No foul trouble for either clubs as it stands right now.
It's been a pretty clean game overall so far.
Brendan does have 2, and Chambers does have 2, so it's something to keep an eye on, but I think they're going to be playing it safe.
And it looks like Ueki's got some chair troubles here after taking that fall.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a bent axle. They're going to have to put him on the sideline and get that figured out. Chambers is definitely upset.
He's definitely having trouble with that left wheel.
Now, typically my role with Performax would be to jump over here and help these guys make this repair. He's a newer player. He's not using our equipment, but definitely they're going to have some spares and some stuff to get him patched up. As we have Derek Lee coming into the game for Malecki. Derek Lee from the University of Whitewater has some USA experience in the Junior USA Club. He's been around the sport for a long time.
Ryan sends it into Prelow. Ryan with a shot.
And there's Courtney's second bucket of the game. She's starting to get freed up, and those shots are starting to fall. Look for her to make a big impact here today.
The lead is 4, 1:40 to go left in this first half. Penny with the ball, and we're going to get a foul on the play. And it looks like it's going to be
Derek Lee.
Derek Lee, who just came into the game.
He's an aggressive player.
And we see here an earlier bucket by Gouge. And so an inbound coming up for the Mavs. Nickelberry is going to take it. And Murayama defending, but Nickelberry just right over the top of him.
Yep. Bobby takes his patience. He establishes his chair position to make sure it's well put underneath him, and then he strokes the easy jumper.
Prelo over to Chambers. Chambers misses that bucket. Nickelberry
It's
with
a good
the
D on
rebound.
by Bobby on that play, forcing Chambers to shoot that fadeaway. It's a tough shot.
And Lee having a little bit of trouble getting upright again as he's in the backcourt. Nickelberry puts up a shot, but that's not going to count. So we've got a foul, it looks like the referee said on Courtney Ryan. And so we're going to get an inbound for Dallas here.
Also a substitution, Marcus Oden back in the game.
Gouge thought about a shot. And that ball blocked off by Chambers, and Ryan picks it up. And now Courtney Ryan.
Gooch probably wishing he had that one back. Probably could have just stroked an easy jumper there, had Bobby in position for the rebound.
Nice dump off pass to Lee. Chambers, Prelo with the shot. Nicely done.
Derek Lee out in transition, making a quick pass to Ryan Prilio.
30 seconds left to go in the first half. Close game, 31-27 the score right now. Nickelberry with the ball. Over to Nelms. Penny dumps it up to Nickelberry. In traffic, he puts up a shot just over everybody.
Yeah, you see they swung the ball to the weak side, gave him a little room to work, and Bobby's able to just roll right into the middle of the paint there, catch and release.
6 seconds left. Prelo almost loses it, and we're going to get, was that a tilting of the chair? Was that what that, I'm not quite sure what the call was on that play.
Yep, they called a foot play on Ryan Prilio there. He did tip up. Both wheels were off the back of the ground, and they did call a foot play or a tip-up violation there. So it's going to give Dallas another opportunity here with 2.8 seconds.
Nelms with the ball. Nelms going to put one up from long range, and he's just short. And that's the end of the first half. The Dallas Mavericks lead 33-27. And Chris, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, it's going to be an exciting second half for sure.
It will. It will. You see these guys, the intensity's heating up a little bit. Courtney Ryan able to establish herself offensively for Sacramento to add a little bit, and just look for the bigs to continue to get down low and put it up over the top of these guys. There hasn't been much of a shooting battle today other than the inside buckets. Not a whole lot going on from outside other than Chambers hitting that 1-3. So they're going to keep hammering in the paint and battling it out here in the second half.
So we're going to go ahead and take a break. You're watching the championship match from the 2019 Phoenix Invitational Wheelchair Basketball Tournament. We will be back for the final 20 minutes of the weekend. Stay tuned.
Floodstream, a producer of high-definition video and live webcasts. Sports, live events across the country and around the world. Enhance your event, showcase your brand, expand your reach. Floodstream, HD video and live webcasts. Floodstream, floodstream.com.
I just want to go in. Doubles is the same thing. We have partners. Let's go first. Let's get it. 3, 2, 1, go! Call out those
Some
shots.
highlights from the three-point shootout last night here at the Ability 360 Sports and Fitness Center. Won by the San Diego Wolfpack. Both the individual and the team shootout won by the Wolfpack. It was a great competition. There was actually a $500 grand prize. So we had a lot of talented shooters out here for the shootout last night. It was also a great opportunity for players who might not get a chance to talk to each other very often during the competition to kind of just gather around and have a good time with it. So for more competitions like this at future events, we'll be back with the second half in a few minutes.
Floodstream, a producer of high-definition video and live webcasts. Sports, live events across the country and around the world. Enhance your event, showcase your brand, expand your reach. Floodstream, HD video and live webcasts. Floodstream, floodstream.com.
Second half about to begin from the Ability 360 Sports and Fitness Center. It's the championship match of the 2019 Phoenix Invitational Wheelchair Basketball Tournament for Ability 360. I'm Tony Jackson, and joining me from Performax once again for the final 20 minutes, Chris Comer. And Chris, we talked about it before halftime. This has been quite an intense match so far, but pretty much the way we thought it was going to go, it's pretty close.
We got two of the best teams here battling it out, and it shows the cream rise to the top here. These guys are going to play hard for those dollars at the end of this. I can't imagine going home in second place with the money's going to feel as good as first.
$2,500 on the line for first place. Second place will get $1,000, but again, not as nice as $2,500. We'll see who comes out on top here. We've got two 10-minute quarters coming up. We're about to get underway here. And once again, I want to thank some of our sponsors here throughout this weekend, including Position Sports, Floodstream for providing the video feed for our live stream today, One Basketball, the Arizona Spinal Cord Injury Association, Bottom Line Tattoo, APM Medical Supplies, Foothill Sports Medicine, the Ability Center, and United Access. And also, don't want to forget to mention our sponsor, Bank of America, as well. Back to the action now. Jason Nelms starting things off for Dallas. Googe back to Nelms. Googe over to Nickelberry. Nickelberry being blocked by Oden. And nicely done. Good defense by Oden to just kind of disrupt Nickelberry's shot there.
Yeah, now you see Bobby back picked. It looks like Sacramento's going to come back and exploit those numbers.
Chambers over to Oden. Oden leaves that one a little bit short. Oden leans in a little. Couldn't get that one either, and a huge rebound by Nickelberry. And the Sacramento coaches not happy about that. Nickelberry working his way. Downs.
Look at the chair contact underneath there. Refs are letting that stuff go. They're letting them play here a little bit in the second half. You see Chambers kind of breaking away.
Chambers, Ueki over there. Back to Chambers. Downs is there. Almost got a hold of that one. Prelo now with it. Prelo puts up a shot. That one bounces off, and Nickelberry's there for the rebound. Googe. Thought about a shot, but Chambers made him change his mind. Now Googe drives in, puts in a bucket. Good job by Googe.
Googe does have such good control with that one left shooting hand. If you notice, his other hand is affected, which makes him a 1.5 player. Has a lot of value out here on the court, a lot of size and experience, and he can finish exceptionally well with that left hand, especially on the left side of the basket.
And so a hold on Brandon Downs.
Yep, Brendan now has 3 fouls here early in the third quarter, something to be mindful of.
And this is when it really becomes important to watch your foul count, because, I mean, after your 5th foul, you were out of the game. So, as you just mentioned, Downs with 3. He's going to be cautious the rest of the way out here.
Ooh.
Nickelberry fighting for that ball, but it is going to be Sacramento.
It did pop off the front of her chair. Can't say the officials make every right call, but they do the best they can.
They're certainly human and prone to mistakes every once in a while. Chambers puts up a shot of 3. It's short. Penny comes up with the rebound.
Penny with another rebound. He's just such a scrapper there underneath in the paint. He's always grabbing balls. You'd think he's a big guy. He's always in there trying to penetrate. He's getting rebounds. He gets good touch passes in there. Very aggressive for a 1.5 player.
And he's not very tall either, which makes it all that more incredible that he comes up with so many rebounds.
Yeah, he sits low in his chair, definitely, but if you look at Penny, he's probably working about a 6'3" or a 6'4" wingspan. I don't want to short him. He may disagree with that, but he has the arm length and the wingspan to really play to his advantage here.
Chambers.
You see a mismatch there. Rare miss by Chambers, especially with a mismatch with Jason on him. It's so tough sometimes once you get that position in the ball to get it in the hoop. See, they do have Chambers picked out right now. See if Dallas works those numbers.
Gouge just drives in. Gouge puts up another shot. It rolls out. Ryan comes up with the rebound. And now Prelo heads the other way for the Kings. Kings down by 8 at the moment.
If they're going to need to pick it up, you don't want to let Dallas come out with too much momentum in the second half. Typically, Dallas is a really strong second half team. A lot of teams think they can play with Dallas. They might let them stay in it a little bit for that first half, but they're always capable of really pouring it on towards the end of the game.
Yeah, Dallas a couple of games yesterday were trailing by double digits in some instances, but managed to find a way to fight back and win those games. So,
and that's that experience we talk about. You know, Jermel Penny, Paralympian, Aaron Gouge, Paralympian, Jason Nelms, Paralympian, and coach.
Prelo with a long three, almost made it, bounced it off the rim, and Dallas comes up with the rebound. And Ueki goes tumbling over. He's going to get right back up.
And they do have 4 on 5, so look for them to execute here, but Jay did fall down in the front of the play, so they do stop the play. Allow Malecki to get back in, so there's no more numerical superiority on the floor here. They're not trying to create that 4 on 5. Dallas is going to do a half-court set here.
Nickelberry again gets that rebound.
You see Bobby tilt up on one wheel again to get that extra inch or two over Joe Chambers to grab his rebound and put it back in. Sometimes us bigs need a couple times underneath the basket to find the hole. I'm sure it takes away from the assist from the point guard, but we got to get it in there somehow.
Chambers over to Ryan. Oden for 3. He thought about shooting a 3 for a second there. He's going to bring it in a little bit closer, and he drains that one.
You see, maybe it was just a little out of his range. He took his time, put the ball down, took a dribble and a breath, picked it back up, and shot a jumper in rhythm, knocked it down. And don't get confused, just because it is wheelchair basketball, we do shoot jumpers.
Yeah, a lot of players have the strength to kind of get themselves up in the air a little bit to get a little bit more height. In terms of wheelchair sports, this is a little bit more unique in that a lot of the players have more ability, whereas you look at rugby and most of the players have a high level of spinal cord injury, so there isn't as much movement available.
Correct, and every position is different. Players are classified, so we can't have too many of one player out here. We got to keep it equal playing field. We do follow IWBF rules here in the NWBA. With our classification, it's a functional classification. As you see, Courtney Ryan draws a charge on Aaron Gouge.
Good play there. She saw that coming and just kind of stepped right in his way.
And that's the value that she adds in those plays away from the ball that, you know, a lot of players don't get recognized for, is creating that transition. See a power side here with Marcus and Joe.
Ryan dumps it down to Ueki, and a bucket for Sacramento, much needed, by the way. They had been on quite a scoring drought.
Starting out a little slow here in the first or the second half. Just look for them to pick it up.
Downs over to Nickelberry. Nickelberry misses.
You're going to have to stop that man to do it, though. He's getting some looks here inside. He's really established himself in the second half with 6 points here.
Chambers out to Oden and across Ueki.
You see good ball movement here to Courtney on the baseline.
Nicely done right over Nickelberry. Not an easy shot, but she drained it. Good job, Courtney Ryan.
Shot clock starting to wind down. A clutch shot by Courtney.
And you mentioned in the first half that she was going to be more of an offensive weapon in the second half. Let's see if she's able to establish herself here. A little over 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And we're going to get a traveling violation.
And now that's a rare call. We don't see a lot of travel violations here in Division I of NWBA. Very similar to maybe the NBA, where a lot of people dispute some travel calls. Looks good to see the officials keeping us honest out here, because we do take every inch we can get. We aren't just putting the ball down in our lap like you see in the lower levels of this. We do pick up the dribble, as you see Marcus coming up floor. We don't put the ball down ever. Just keep it flowing. So
that travel call, was it called because he didn't dribble the ball after pivoting the chair.
Yep, you cannot push more than twice without dribbling. So if you push more than 2 times, you are subject to a travel call. Now, at this level, it is hard to see sometimes because the ball is always up for the dribble, and you know, you're not going to see too many travel calls out here today, but it looks like the officials are keeping them honest.
41-35 on the scoreboard. Dallas still in the lead, and Gouge trying to extend it a little bit further downs over to Nelms, into Gouge, who's under the basket but loses the ball.
Yep, poked away by Chambers there. You see Dallas, they're very patient with their offense. I think this is a strategy. They want to make Sacramento play these long defensive sets.
6 seconds left on the shot clock here. Penny trying to get over Chambers, and he does. Nelms going to take a shot long too, and he misses that one. Oden with the rebound. Sacramento heading back the other way. Chambers trying to cut down this lead.
Sacramento does have numbers coming. Courtney back pick Bobby. They're going to be coming in 4-on-5. Let's see if they can execute.
Ryan Ueki. Nelms defending. Ueki leaves that one off the side of the rim.
Great defense by Jay Nelms in there to disrupt that shot.
Oden gets pinched out by Nelms and Gouge.
So they have one out again. Looks like Jay's going to hold on to it.
Gouge.
And you see Marcus trying to get through and around that back pick, knocking Jay Nelms down. It's not going to make Jay too happy. Marcus knows he's the fault there. He's just, sometimes it's frustrating for those bigs to get around those little guys. They get in your way.
Everybody looks like they're okay though, so. Nelms talking about the size of Marcus Odom.
Yeah, it's easy for Jay to get knocked out of the way by a guy like Marcus. It's maybe about 120 pounds.
90 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Now Gouge puts up a shot and he misses. And now Chambers. Again, the lead is 6. Sacramento trying to cut it down a little bit. And a dish down low, Oden.
Great ball movement
Nicely
by Sacramento.
done. Great job.
You saw Chambers setting that play up over at half court already, seeing how what the defense was giving him. They had great ball movement and knocked it down for an easy bucket.
.52 seconds left to go in the period. Gouge with the ball, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nickelberry puts it up. Nickelberry scores 2 for Dallas.
See that fade away again by Bobby. Another bucket. A little bit of time here left in the third quarter. Still a close score, 5-point game.
Oden down low to Ryan. And you see a replay here. This is from earlier when Nickelberry grabbed his own rebound, leaned in, and put up that shot.
If you want to say there's an alley-oop in wheelchair basketball, that's probably the equivalent, to be able to tilt up on one wheel, secure that rebound, and put it back up for a bucket.
There's a long shot there by Marcus Oden from earlier in the match. Now Oden with the pass, it's tipped, but Prelo gets to it. Prelo down low to Chambers. Chambers over his back, but he couldn't get that one to go down. And now Gouge in transition all alone.
Something Gouge does extremely well is leak out, especially on those transition opportunities. He's able to get out there and get those easy buckets.
7 seconds left in the period. Oden with the ball, almost an over and back, and no one was there to collect it.
We do have time. It's given Dallas an opportunity. You don't want to give the champs an opportunity like this. I don't want to discredit New York Knicks here, but Dallas Mavericks, multi-time NWBA champions, a lot of experience here.
And Coach Mienko Chambers not happy at the Sacramento bench.
You see Jay here is leaked out. He's got good position, waits to touch it.
Nelms with a long hook shot, way off the mark, but the third quarter is going to end with Dallas in the lead, 45-37. And we said it earlier, I'm going to say it again. This lead 8, certainly not insurmountable, but Sacramento's really got to figure something out here.
Just like we saw in our last game, it's all about runs. So Sacramento is very capable of going on a run here and getting Dallas back on their heels. But look for Dallas to come out and really execute and use their experience. They're probably not going to be very frantic with their fourth quarter. They're probably going to be very methodical about how they're attacking, especially to maintain this lead. If anyone can maintain a lead, it can be Dallas. It's easy to get up on them early in the game, but once they establish a lead, it's hard to get that back. So we'll see what Sacramento can do. They have all the pieces, but we're going to have a tough fourth quarter here for them.
And I think what we need to see from Sacramento is really more shots from the other players. They're really trying to dump it down low to the bigs and Chambers and Oden, but they really, I think, need to try to maybe force the other players to take some more shots that aren't going to be maybe as contested down low.
Well, Dallas has done really good with the scouting report of, preventing. Sometimes, Courtney Ryan can come out here and light you up. Ryan Pre can do the same. They're trying to control Chambers here. He's going to get his no matter what. He's a strong player. So it's just about their defensive strategy here, leaving open the open mans.
So we'll see how the final 10 minutes play out.
And Bobby Nickelberry is putting up a great performance here. He has 25 of the points for Dallas Mavericks here this afternoon.
Chambers, Oden, all the way across. Freelo with a shot. Left it just a little bit short. Downs over to Nickelberry. Ryan Ueki trying to strip the ball away, but Nickelberry
Dallas is coming with numbers. Sometimes they will execute before they get back. It looks like Brendan is going to keep his man out and allow them to go 4-on-4 right now.
Nelms driving towards the baseline. Nelms, nice little spin move to get into position, but he couldn't score. So
I think he was a little surprised on how open he got there on the baseline. Thought he had a little time to make a spin.
He was pretty wide open down there. Nice pass out to Oden, but Oden couldn't get enough on it. Yep. Long pass to Nelms to Nickelberry.
And there's those athletic plays I was talking about. Nelms sure is happy. Bobby got him the assist on that one. It looks like he hurt his arm a little bit to get that ball out there to him.
It's a pretty long pass down the floor. Preload driving. Preload. Nice bucket by Preload.
Yep, slashed right through the inside. That's what I talk about with Pre. He can turn on those afterburners and make you pay for it.
The lead is still 8.5 minutes to go.
We haven't seen many substitutions out of both clubs today. Fatigue might start to set in here at the fourth quarter. Clearly not for Bobby Nickelberry as he knocks another one down.
Fatigue isn't going to make a difference if you keep knocking down shots like that, certainly.
Bobby can be one of those frustrating players that you think you can have that advantage on. Don't be fooled by his size. He sure can move his chair, and he can make you pay for it.
Ryan with a shot. And again, that's more of what Sacramento is going to need. They're going to need to rely on their other players to get back into this game. And good shot there by Courtney Ryan.
Dallas does have a good scouting report out here on their bigs. So it's going to be important for Sacramento to look towards these other players to help get them back in this game.
We see here on the replay, the kick out to Ryan. Good job by Joe Chambers, by the way, finding her in the open space.
Chambers is still the main influencer and impact guy on this team. As you see, all these assists are coming through Joe. So even though the defense is locking him down, he's finding that open man, and he's still making him pay for it. So Joe's influence on this game is undeniable.
Nelms down low to Gouge. Gouge scores another bucket for Dallas. And the lead is now 10, 51-41 the score.
You see Gouge has Marcus out.
And nice defense there. Down, strips the ball away. Nickelberry driving. Nickelberry laying it up, but it doesn't fall. Nickelberry gets the ball back and scores another point. 53-41, and Dallas really starting to pull away a little bit here.
Yeah, surprising. Joe Chambers only does have 15 points today. He did put up a 60-plus point performance against this team last season.
Chambers with a three.
Been looking for him to get in this game. I think it's going to be his quarter here. If they're going to bring this back, it's going to be through Joe.
He's been relatively silent outside of the first quarter, Chris. I mean, he was scoring a lot of the points for Sacramento early on, but again, he's really gone silent here. Until that three-pointer, of course.
He's still facilitating his team. He's finding these open guys. They're knocking it down, so he's still having his impact on the game, just maybe not from a scoring perspective. They're going to have another opportunity here.
You see on this replay here, Roger Gouge pulling himself back up. And we've got a substitution. It looks like Ueki coming out of the match and coming on in his place.
Michael Applegate.
Michael Applegate, indeed.
Michael Applegate, one of those role players for Sacramento. He brings a lot of experience out there. Looks like they're going to lean on him here in the fourth quarter to help turn this run around for them. So it's only 9 points, 6 minutes to go. Sacramento's not in huge trouble right now, but they're definitely going to want to get a couple buckets, get a few stops here, and try to equal the score here moving into those final few minutes. Just be within striking distance.
So while we have a few moments as you see the score there, I want to take a moment again to thank our sponsors for this 2019 Phoenix Invitational Wheelchair Basketball Tournament: United Access, the Ability Center, Foothills Sports Medicine, Performax. Chris, you are a part of the Performax team. One Basketball, Floodstream providing the video feed for today, Position Sports, the Arizona Spinal Cord Injury Association, Bottom Line Tattoo, and APM Medical Supplies. I want to thank all of you for helping to make this event possible. Also, again, cannot forget Bank of America, who've been a great partner for Ability 360 over the years.
Yeah, both of these teams, Performax-backed clubs. We work directly with both of them very closely, making sure they have the right equipment. Sacramento does a great job supporting their athletes and creating those resources to get them in the best possible equipment. And with Dallas Mavericks being in our backyard here at Performax, they're able to get some next-level factory support. So we're seeing some high-level athletes and high-level equipment here tearing it up. As Chambers takes another look.
There's a shot. Nickelberry with the rebound and another bucket. Bobby Nickelberry really just doing a number on that low post defense for Sacramento.
Yeah, he's racking them up. He's got 33 of their 55 today. Dallas comes in to min this team. Bobby Nickelberry could be the MVP with his performance out here today against the Sacramento Kings.
I mean, he's been doing so much on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, but we're going to get a foul on the offense here. Sacramento going to get that ball back. And we'll see Bobby Nickelberry once again right here.
You see Jay helping him to get him back.
He didn't have any passing options, so he just decided to take it himself.
You see Gooch was following Marcus before the ball even got there. He knew he was in trouble. They had two bigs down there. There was a smart heads-up play by Gooch to force him to the line or make them inbound before the shot and not allowing that easy bucket, especially if you got a couple fouls to burn. I think Gooch has 3 in the fourth quarter here, so not a real concern for him at this point.
Applegate over to Oden. Oden puts up a shot, and he can't get that one to go either. And Sacramento really having a tough time right now finding the basket.
Yep, that fatigue's starting to set in a little bit. I know that these Sacramento boys, they train together in a club out in California, doing some CrossFit, getting ready for the season. A little bit different of a workout approach. Look for them to continue to work on their fitness here as we get into March and playoff season. Bobby with a nice baseline move.
Oh, Bobby Nickelberry gets his own rebound, though, and he misses a second shot, gets another rebound, and on a third try, Bobby Nickelberry scores another bucket for Dallas. I mean, he is just unstoppable down there.
Yeah, maybe he's padding those plus minus a little bit. He wants to get a few extra rebounds in here. But I can tell you he's not missing it on purpose down underneath there. It's tough, especially when you have a Joe Chambers right in your grill defending you.
Certainly, and just the way he was able to fight off Chambers to get 2 rebounds, just, you know, again, a testament to his strength down low.
Bobby's width is a huge advantage. He has strong hands, long arms, beautiful shot and soft touch. Especially for a big man. I don't think anyone's going to dispute how soft his hands are out there. What he's able to do.
Gouge. Downs puts up a bucket and scores again. We'll go back to that replay real quick. We see Bobby Nickelberry there on that final shot. And you can see he's excited there, getting that second rebound to get the bucket for Dallas.
Chambers with an open 3 here.
Long 3.
keeping them alive.
The lead is 12, 3:40 left to go in the game. Again, $2,500 on the line for the first place winner. Gouge over to Nelms. Nelms, Penny. Penny's got space to shoot. He goes over Chambers and he drains it. 61-47 the score.
Tough defensive game here today for both of these clubs. Typically accustomed to scoring 20 or 30 more points, if not more, in a game. So it shows a tough D that these clubs have been playing on each other.
Ryan drives through there. And, you know, sometimes you'll see that, though, when you have two elite teams going against each other. Sometimes you'll see the scoring come down a little bit because there's so much more intense defense and the shots are being challenged more often.
Exactly. You know, but it is surprising. These guys did combine for about 160 or 70 points.
And so we've got a substitution into the game now. Marcus Oden coming on in his place, number 23, Ryo Murayama. Applewhite over to Chambers. Chambers with a long shot, and he drains that one too. Chambers, like you said, keeping them in this game right now.
Yeah, and you don't want to give Chambers a little bit of a fighting chance because he'll get a look in his eye and he can definitely come out here and dominate. He's already hit 2 back-to-back threes. And, you know, look for them to jump him hard and maybe get an easy bucket on the other end now.
Penny, space down low, scores another basket for Dallas.
Penny still impacting this game as a 1.5. It's just the things he does away from the ball. Now he's showing his offensive range, knocking down some buckets here. Game time, 4th quarter.
Chambers, long 3, just misses. And you can see he's just trying to take this game over himself at this point.
On one wheel, deep 3.
But going back to Penny for a second, I mean, he's had an unbelievable game doing everything on both ends of the floor. I mean, the rebounds that he's been able to collect, the screens that he's setting. I mean, he's just doing so many things out there, and it's really put Dallas in a great position here.
Dallas is unique with their setup. They have Aaron Gouge as a 1.5 and Jamal Penny as a 1.5 player. Both extremely great players and definitely making an impact on today's game.
Nickelberry once again, I mean, just over 3 players.
And again, he gets that position because Penny seals him in low. So Bobby is able to get into these positions and score these points. So you got to give some props to Penny and these other little guys that are sealing him in, getting him those awesome positions now.
Chambers takes another 3 but misses that one as well. Nelms with the long pass over to Gouge.
And see, this is what you don't want to happen. Those 3-point buckets turning into layups. Gouge didn't knock this one down.
Let's see, back over on the other end of the floor. Looks like Nelms may have sustained an injury. It looks like his thumb, something got caught, I don't know. He's holding his thumb out.
Got Danny Fick coming in here. Finish out for Jay Nelms. As we go into a full timeout here.
Yep, about 90 seconds left to go in this game, and Dallas up by 15. I mean, Dallas just used Bobby Nickelberry to their full advantage today. I mean, to their credit, other players have contributed offensively, but, I mean, Nickelberry has just, again, just absolutely destroyed the low post of Sacramento.
Yeah, Bobby, he demands respect anytime he rolls on the floor. He's a super strong player. He's very diverse. He can go inside, outside, but it's so tough to defend him once he gets that block, and he's got people like Penny, Danny Fick, and Jay Nelms sealing him in, getting that position. He's a really tough player to stop. As you can see, he's led them in scoring today. And this is a guy that was on the fence about even playing this season. Thought he was going to be done, and we were able to talk him into coming back out. And as you can see, he hasn't lost anything, and he belongs out here for sure, playing the best at a super high level. And he's shown everybody, you know, he's a big man on campus out here today.
He certainly is indeed. I mean, again, everything has gone through him today. And, I mean, he's played a fantastic game. And, you know, he's getting the opportunities, but to Bobby Nickelberry's credit, he's been making the shots when he's got them. I mean, sometimes you'll see, I mean, easy buckets don't necessarily result in points.
Easier said than done. I can say from experience, just getting that seal in position is half the battle. You still have to finish. And like I said, going back to Bobby's soft hands, his ability to finish, and his killer instinct has put him on another level today. You see Penny kind of controlling things right now. He looked to Dallas to kind of stall things.
Yeah, Dallas not necessarily looking to score anymore. Just looking to end this game.
They're going to control the tempo here for the final minute and a half. Run the shot clock down.
Looks like we're going to get, well, preloads ended up on the floor, but now he's upright again. And an inbounding pass coming up.
Ref stopped the play for safety. Make sure no one gets run over. Make sure we all go home with our fingers today.
Applegate picks it up at the half-court line. Chambers looking over to Ryan. Ryan cut off quickly by Gouge. Chambers circling around, throws up a three-point shot, and he airballs that one. 50 seconds left to go.
Yep, that was a desperation shot by Joe there, just trying to make something happen. It's a long tournament for everyone here, their 5th game.
And it is, especially if you play 3 games in a day, and then you have to come out the next day and play again. I mean, it's difficult to do. I mean, it wears on you after a while.
Yeah, we don't come out and just play 1 game and have a week's rest or a few days rest. It's, 2 or 3 games in a day or 2 or 3 the next day. So definitely have to be fit and ready for this.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Gouge puts it up off the rim. 18 seconds left to go. Chambers with the ball. And the Dallas Mavericks, from a dominating performance by Bobby Nickelberry, as that shot rims out. And fittingly enough, Bobby Nickelberry comes up with the final rebound of the game. An absolutely dominating performance by Nickelberry and the Dallas Mavericks. And they're going to win this one 65-50 and come away with the first place.
Yep, Nickelberry ends this game with 37 of their 65 points. Did a great job today leading this team.
Unbelievable performance.
Bringing home the money for Dallas Mavericks.
Because of his efforts and the rest of his teammates, they're going to come away with a $2,500 first place prize. Sacramento, $1,000, certainly nothing to sneeze at, but of course they would have wanted to come away with the grand prize, but still a great competition overall by Sacramento. And Dallas, I have to say, deservedly the winners here.
Yep, they definitely showed their experience and kept their cool the entire game, didn't force anything, obviously kept driving it into Bobby, sticking with what works, and they came out on top.
So we're going to keep it right here. Coming up in a few moments, we're going to have the check presentation for the first place winners, the Dallas Mavericks.
Now, do you think Bobby gets any bonus for his performance out here today from the club?
He should definitely get some kind of performance bonus for the game he played today. 37 points. I mean, my goodness. Again, they just kept dumping the ball down low to him, and he was making everything pretty much. Yeah,
it's half the battle. He was the one knocking him down. They weren't all easy shots. You see him getting several rebounds, tipping up on one wheel, putting it back in there. It wasn't easy for Bobby. You see we have Nick Pryor here with Abilities 360 coming out with a check to present to the Dallas Mavericks.
And that is going to be a very, very nice reward for all of the hard work and effort they've put into the tournament this weekend. Not even just the tournament, the whole season. And you guys are heading to nationals in April, correct?
Yeah, we have a few more stops here. There's a tournament coming up in San Diego in 2 weeks, and then Dallas is going to be hosting their home tournament second week of February there. And all these teams are going to be making all these fine-tune adjustments going into March for those championships. Look for Sacramento and Dallas both to be favorites going into this year. Obviously, we have the defending national champions, the New York Knicks, that are going to be tough. And, even the NRH Punishers put on a good show this afternoon, too. So look for them to be contenders. This sport's so healthy right now. The level of play in this D1 division is higher than it's ever been. It's great to see our sport represented on a high level like this, and great organizations and found places like Abilities 360 giving these teams a platform to recoup a little bit on all of the hard work and effort we put into getting out to these tournaments and doing what we do.
And so the Dallas Mavericks lining up there, the champions and winners of the 2019 Phoenix Invitational Wheelchair Basketball Tournament, coming away with $2,500. Our sponsor, Bank of America, there. And the Dallas Mavericks, I can't say enough anything that hasn't already been said, but they played a wonderful tournament this weekend.
Yeah, they came in and executed. I know a few teams thought maybe they're going to be able to get one up on them. You know, Dallas tends to really pour it on you in the second half, like we spoke about. Use their experience and their athleticism and their fitness really to pull through in the end.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap up this live stream presentation of the 2019 Phoenix Invitational Wheelchair Basketball Tournament. For Chris Comer from PerformMax, I want to thank you once again for joining me here. It's been a pleasure to work with you.
Absolutely.
And for one final time, for Ability 360, I am Tony Jackson, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Floodstream, a producer of high-definition video and live webcasts. Sports, live events across the country and around the world. Enhance your event, showcase your brand, expand your reach. Floodstream, HD video and live webcasts. Floodstream, floodstream.com.